The footage you are about to see was taken at Buckeye Egg's facility in LaRue, Ohio, and Daylay's facility in Raymond, Ohio. Just one shed at Buckeye Egg Farm confines tens of thousands of hens in tiny battery cages. With an average of about 8 hens per cage, each bird is allowed less than half a square foot of space. Hens confined to battery cages live day in and day out without ever seeing the sun. The ability to walk freely, fully stretch their wings, or dust bathe become impossible tasks. The battery cage frustrates every natural instinct. These naturally clean animals are reduced to living in the excrement of their cage mates. Constant rubbing against the wire cages and continuously being assaulted by the trampling of other hens leaves many hens naked with feather loss. Similar conditions of confinement and crowding exist at Daylay Egg Farm in Raymond. Well over 100,000 hens are confined to each shed. Once again, with an average of 7 to 8 birds per cage, each hen is left with less than half a square foot of living space. At Daylay, investigators found numerous birds that had blisters and calluses on their throats, apparently where the rough edge of the feeding trough had been rubbing. Severe overcrowding reduces hens to cannibalistic pecking. The egg industry combats this problem, not by giving the hens more space, but by debeaking. Debeaking involves taking a hot blade and cutting off part of a hen's beak. This extremely painful process is done without any type of painkillers. Sickness and disease are inherent problems in factory farms, where birds are forced to live in filth and extreme confinement. In an attempt to minimize costs and maximize profit, even the sickest of hens are denied veterinary care. At Buckeye and Daylay, investigators found birds suffering from raging eye and sinus infections, mechanical feather damage, pastorella, paralysis, hernias, vitamin deficiency, vent peritonitis, wing hematomas, and blindness.
Oh, God. Her legs are just kind of like collapsing under her. hen in the cage, we're not sure what kind of growth is here on her foot. There's blood all over. There's also blood on all of the other hens that she was in the cage with. I think it's from her. We've just gotten her out of the cage and we're trying to find out the extent of her injuries. The blood on her feathers here is not related to this on her foot. It seems to be from separate cuts along her body.
This hen is suffering from vent peritonitis.
Hey girl, you okay? She can't move at all. Her legs are totally limp. Oh.
This bird appears to be unable to walk.
We're at Daylight Egg Farm right now, and we've just taken this hen out of her cage. Her head was hanging out of her cage. She can't move her head up. She can't open her eyes, and she appears to be dying. So we're going to try to give her some water and see if she'll drink, and let's see what we can do for her.
Many hens meet a cruel and prolonged death when they become trapped and immobilized under the feeding trays, or when their wings become entangled in the wire of their cage. With no access to food or water, the hens slowly die of starvation.
We're in shift 15 at Buckeye Egg in LaRue, Ohio. We've discovered a hen whose wing is clearly stuck between the bars of the two cages, which has left her immobilized with no access to food or water. We have no idea how long she's been in this condition. We're not sure if the wing's broken. She's obviously twisting around. So we're going to free her now from the cage and get her wing out of this position. The top of her wing, her top feather is actually bent on top of the wire here. It's left her stuck.
We're at Daylight Egg Farm and we found another hen trapped underneath the feeding troughs. She was laying here when we first came in. Her whole body is trapped under this trough. You can see she's trying to get away right now because she's scared, but her body's stuck under the trough and she can't get herself loose. We don't know how long she's been stuck here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get her out of here. I'm going to try to pull the tray up and get her body out, and we're going to take her out and offer her some water. You can see how her body is stuck right